We got Ian Heinisch back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Antonio Carlos Jr. at UFC Rochester on May 10th, or May 18th, I should say. Ian, how are you?
Man, I'm great. Just headed to my strength conditioning session right now, and yeah, everything's going good, man. Camp's going as planned, and feel good. Pretty beat up, but that's all pretty normal about this time. So excited.
I'm sure it's been a bit of a restart for you. You had that fight against Tom Breese, which you didn't even know if you were going to get on the card, and then he's off the card. When did you find out that fight wasn't happening? Because that seemed like almost at the last minute.
Yeah, it was crazy. I found out about 1 o'clock, and I think the bus left for the venue around 2. So literally an hour before we're getting ready to leave to the venue is when I found out, and it was crazy. They said he pulled out, health issues, and I was pretty pissed. But at the end of the day, if the dude has some serious demons that he's dealing with or whatever he's got going on, I wish him the best, and a better opportunity came up. So it was all meant to be.
Did he ever, or his camp, or anyone ever reach out to you after the fact and give an explanation, or I guess it's still kind of unknown at this point?
No, not really, but I have to assume it's mental issues because he's done this before in the past. A lot of people told me, which I wasn't aware of him doing it like almost like 2 years ago exactly at that same venue. So, yeah.
And how tough was that adjustment? Just like I said, you didn't think you'd be fighting on the card. You get the fight, then the fight's off. Like how did you mentally reset from all that?
Yeah, I had to just go through a few hard training sessions to get rid of all that energy and, just kind of refocus and take a little vacation. I still went on the vacation I had planned to Spain. So I went on that and, I came back, took a tiny bit of time off, found out about my new fight, and back into training.
Back to business. I got to ask, just because we talked about this last time, are you still on that no sugar thing? I think that's so impressive.
No, we did it 3 months, and the 3 months is up. But actually, I just started today. I'm going to do a month before my fight, and it's exactly a month out. So I'm going back on it today.
Yeah, and so people aren't aware. Like you won't even you'll have just a little bit of fruit in the morning, but like no sugar, like zero processed sugar, obviously, but a lot of just barely anything.
Yeah, like a serving and a half of fruit a day, and your servings vary. It's not like a complete science or super strict, but just don't be eating fruit all day. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And just, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Did your body have a bad reaction when you did have sugar again, going without it for so long, or how was it?
Yeah, I didn't feel that good. It was almost like, man, this isn't worth it. And, in that 3 months, I found a lot of stuff that was no sugar added, like sweetened with dates, desserts. And so, I mean, they're great. So I was almost, I'm almost debating. I'm just making it a lifestyle.
Yeah. Good for you, man. I think that's awesome. Did Jason do the same thing? Because I know he was doing it with you as well.
Yeah, Jason did it, and Coach Mark, and a few other people were supposed to, but everyone broke. So
there you go.
Except me, Coach, and Jason. Oh, and my girlfriend did it too.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that helps
Yeah.
if you have a support system that can do that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk
definitely.
about Antonio Carlos Jr. We know what he can do on the ground. How do you look at this fight in terms of the style matchup?
Yeah, it's a great fight matchup for me. I'm no stranger to fighting jiu-jitsu guys. I feel like out of the past 5 fights, three or four of them have been, high-level black belts. And so, I mean, I like fighting these guys. It's fun because I get to strike, get to defend takedowns. I get to, surprise them with my explosive wrestling when they do try to go to the ground. And, my jiu-jitsu is just getting better every day. And I believe I can compete with these guys. I know he's one of the highest level jiu-jitsu practitioners in the division beside Jacare, but I think I can hang anywhere with that. So I'm excited for this matchup.
Does part of you like this matchup as well? Because I could be wrong here, but I believe this is the first jiu-jitsu guy you've really fought since Perez, and Perez was your only loss, and you lost by submission. Does part of you kind of want to be like, look, my jiu-jitsu is great. That was just a one-off fight that things didn't go my way. Like, are you looking to kind of show everyone that you are well-rounded?
Yeah, Perez, I almost feel like he's just an awkward striker with some strong jiu-jitsu in the first round, but he gasses out. But, I fought Checo, who was a leg lock specialist, Gabriel Checo. I fought Daniel Madrid, who's a black belt, and he owns his own jiu-jitsu school in Arizona. And then I fought Cesar Ferreira, who is a 3-stripe black belt. So I feel like I fought a lot of jiu-jitsu guys since then, and I love fighting them because I get to open up on, striking, and I don't know, I just like that style matchup.
Okay. Training partners, I imagine it's pretty much the same, although I know Eric Anders was at your camp as well leading up to his fight.
Yeah, me and Eric trained a lot for the last camp because I was fighting another tall southpaw. Eric's a pretty tall southpaw, so I was training a lot with him. Chris Camozzi, Sean Choice is a gory fighter, Anthony Smith, and for this fight, it's just basically the same thing. Another tall guy, but I mean he's not that tall, but he's long, and just training with orthodox fighters.
That's good. I imagine the cut's going well because you had, like I said, you've been on the no sugar thing.
Yeah, I put on a little bit of muscle, so I'm a little bit heavier than usual, but it's pretty simple. I hire Tyler Minton or Ian, the Lockhart nutritionists that go to all the fights, and with those guys, it just really makes it easy.
Okay. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight? I imagine Coach Mark and who else?
Coach Mark, Professor Busy, and one of my other long striking coaches, G Money, we call him Greg. He's Denver PD, and he's been holding pads for me since the beginning of my career, and it'll be his first time cornering in the UFC, so it's pretty cool for him.
How do you see this fight playing out on May 18th?
I think it's gonna be a first round finish. I think I'm gonna disrupt his rhythm, hit him hard, and put him out.
What's next for you after this fight? Not looking past May 18th, but again, you had the fight that kind of fell out. I imagine, the plan is to keep as active as possible and really move your way up because you got a great record.
Yeah, definitely. I want to take care of this fight, put the guy out, and get a fighter next. And my goal by the end of this year is be in the top five.
Okay, I like that. Downtime, what's that looking like during camp right now? What's getting you through everything? You watching any TV, anything like that?
Uh, yeah, there's a new animal one. It's called Our Planet on Netflix, and uh, man, just honestly going to sleep early. Really tired after all this training and waking up early, hitting workouts. So it's good, man.
How many hours of sleep do you get a night?
Try to get 8.
Yeah, that's the goal. Good stuff. And it's all about
Yeah,
that quality sleep too. Like if you can't wake
it
up in the middle of the
is.
night, you got to just like be in the deep sleep. So I can relate to that. But Ian,
Yeah.
always a pleasure, man. Appreciate it very much. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, they can find me at Ian Heinisch MMA on Twitter and Instagram, and then Ian the Hurricane Heinisch. Follow my fan page on Facebook, and yeah, shout out to my gym, Factory X and Landau Performance.